For centuries, humanity had drifted in peace among the stars. After the fall of old Earth, the planet once glassed in a war so terrible it nearly ended the species, mankind rebuilt itself into something wiser. Violence was history. Empathy replaced greed. Humanity spread across thousands of worlds, convinced that they were finally alone in a quiet universe. But peace can make a species forget how small it really is. Then, one ordinary cycle, the silence broke. A deep space sensor on the outer rim picked up a pulse, rhythmic, deliberate, and impossible. It wasn't random radiation or the echo of a dying star. It was a message. Someone or something was knocking on the door of humanity's new home. The scout ship Herald of Dawn was sent to investigate. Captain Holcath and his crew approached the source, a small metallic object suspended in the void. At first, it seemed dead, no energy, no heat, no motion. But as they neared, the object came alive. Plates unfolded like petals. Symbols burned across its surface in colors the crew's eyes couldn't name. Then came the sound, a deep vibration that resonated in their bones, rather than through the speakers. The ship's systems glitched, and for a brief second, the crew saw images that weren't theirs. Cities burning, planets cracking, stars dimming out. The captain ordered a retreat, but before they could move, the beacon spoke, not in language, but in code. Each pulse translated to one phrase: "We remember you." When the Herald of Dawn returned, humanity's leaders debated what they had found. But before any conclusion could be reached, others had already heard the signal. Across the galaxy, ancient empires awoke. The precursors, the Vrul Dominion, the Mantid Queens, civilizations so old they considered time itself a toy, all turned their eyes toward the humans. They remembered a species that once burned worlds for pride and then vanished beneath their own fire. To them, humanity's return wasn't evolution. It was a warning that history might repeat. Fleets began to move. Spies whispered. The universe held its breath as the children of Earth unknowingly stood on the edge of a war written in the bones of creation. Humanity tried diplomacy. They sent messages of peace, promises of unity, even offers of shared technology. But fear spreads faster than light. Some alien factions saw humanity as a threat that must be eliminated before it grew too strong. Others saw an opportunity to manipulate the newcomers for their own ends. Skirmishes began at the borders, small at first, but growing deadlier each cycle. For every handshake extended, another fleet was armed. Soon, the first shots were fired, not in anger, but in misunderstanding. The tragedy of the old Earth had returned in a new form. Humanity was no longer facing monsters in the dark. It was facing its own reflection, proud, fearful, and desperate to survive. As the chaos spread, the truth behind the beacon was revealed. It wasn't a warning from an enemy, it was a memory, a remnant of an ancient alliance that humanity once forged. Before its fall, the message "We remember you" wasn't a threat. It was a plea, a reminder of who humans once were before they lost themselves to war. But the realization came too late. Battles had already begun. Stars burned again, and history repeated itself in echoes of fire. Yet, amid the destruction, some voices still reached out, human and alien alike, searching for meaning in the madness. Because even in the darkest corners of the galaxy, hope survives. First contact isn't just about finding others. It's about rediscovering ourselves and asking whether we deserve to be found at all.